Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cabela's, Cuddyback, America's Best Bowstrings, Drake Non-Typical, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, and Realtree.
It's just about sunrise here in the morning of November 6th, and Josh and I are looking forward to the action this morning. It's nice and cold. I think it's a real field temperature in the mid-20s. Got like probably 25, at least 25 mile an hour winds today, but you wouldn't know it because we're set up in a just a gnarly creek bottom on the project farm. This is a spot that there's just one little area of this farm that the cows can't get into, and this is it. It's basically to keep them out of this deep creek ditch. And so it's grown up and thick and nasty in here. It's extremely tight quarters, and I could just envision the deer being down here on a real windy day like this. So hopefully we can catch a buck cruising. There's a massive trail at like 10 yards. And there's a bunch of creek crossings right here where the creek kind of S's around, so we can of course see out into the cattle pasture and call something in if we need to. So I can't wait to see what happens this morning. He's mature. I have a bunch of pictures of him. Good start to the morning. About to get downwind of those does up there.
That deer's gonna be pretty nice.
7:30 now, and it's already been a good morning of movement. I think we're up to 10 or 12 deer probably, 5 or 6 bucks. Every single deer we've seen has been out in the cattle pasture. They're just down the hill. You can see the cows at the top of the hill and deer just below them. So far so good, a lot of deer movement. Did you get him? You can see this one licking herself. The close one's licking her back. Picture of that deer, I think. I got pictures of that deer. It's 10 o'clock now. And it's been a great morning. Really haven't gone very long throughout the morning without seeing deer. Like 2 minutes ago we just had that big framed 8 go by again, further away this time, but he's a good looking deer. And like I said, we saw that other mature deer early this morning, just none of which I want to shoot at this point, but I feel like we're in the exact spot we want to be. We have 2 does that are bedded like 30 yards away. I'm really liking this spot. I love the visibility out into the cattle pasture, which has been where all the deer are. So Josh and I are going to hang in here a little longer, and hopefully the right buck comes by. It's 11:30 now, and we haven't seen any new deer for probably close to an hour. These 2 does are still bedded here about 30 yards, and unfortunately we didn't bring stuff to sit all day, so we're gonna get down, but I think we're gonna leave everything in the tree and sneak right back in here. We have pretty good access to this spot through the creek, so try to get back here within an hour and a half hopefully. We're just gonna climb down real slow and see if we can possibly get by these does. I'm not sure it's possible because they're facing us, but we're gonna give it a shot and be back here in a little bit. me how you feel. I hate cows. Every time. Alright guys, it's 2 o'clock now, and we just climbed back in. Checked a couple cameras while we were out and about. A couple solid bucks on that carpole, and it's only been like 3 days, but we were driving by the cameras anyways. So I'm excited to see how this spot plays out in the afternoon. We're still just hunting a cruising pattern in here, really. It's not like we're near any food or anything, so let's hope to have a big mature buck cruise by, but if anything else, hopefully the action's just as good as it was this morning. He's coming right across the... We're down to our last 15 or 20 minutes here. And overall, I'm very satisfied with the hunt. This is my second day on the project farm, or second hunting day on the project farm, and just saw tons of deer. We saw more than 10 different bucks probably. Just a lot of cruising activity, so I didn't necessarily, I'm trying to take away something every time I hunt here, just to continue to learn this place. And while I didn't really notice a movement direction or pattern, a lot of it was cruising, I did notice how much time the deer spend in the pasture. We're hunting in the woods where the cows can't get to. It's just thick and nasty. Almost every cruising buck was out in the pasture, so that tells me that the does are bedding out there in those little draws and those little pockets of briars. We saw some does bedding that, so it's just cool to see how much they actually bed. The cows are just walking circles around the deer out there, and they don't care. So just little pieces like that, slowly putting it together. And I keep saying it, but it's only a matter of time till we see a deer I really want to shoot. The best buck we've seen today. We just saw him again about 5 minutes ago. He was actually back in this thick stuff. Like I said, really good day. If we see anything else, we'll bring it to you, but my plan is to take a few days and go back and hunt my farm and just see what the action's like over there. So just continue the chase to find a shooter.